Hi, I'm Tony Van Veen, CEO at Discmakers. Here's my summary of all the key points I covered during the 3 episodes of my video series, Going from Followers and Streamers to Paying Fans. If you haven't watched the series yet, I strongly recommend that you start with the first episode. I give much more detail and offer specific examples in the full episodes, and I'll link it in the first comment below. This series is really a recap for people who've already watched the episodes. So, the series is all about one simple idea. You already have fans, people are finding you on Spotify, they're following you on socials, they're streaming your music, but you're not driving revenue from these fans. So, in the series, I offer simple advice and tips for how to turn your existing anonymous fans into revenue-generating ones. Because streams and followers are good, but they don't build a sustainable music career. Revenue does. And the good news is you don't need tons of fans to make this work, because you probably don't have too few fans, you just have too little revenue per fan. All you need is to do a few things right. So let's recap the overall framework. It all comes down to 3 steps: capture, convert, and maximize. Part 1 is capture. In the first episode, we talked about this idea. You don't own your current followers. Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, that's rented land. And if you don't capture those fans, you're going to lose most of them because you don't control the algorithm. And the algorithm may never steer them back to you again. So, what do? You move them to something you own, to owned land, most commonly your email list. And here's how. First, you get the follow on socials. That's the easiest yes you're going to get. And next, you capture their email address. How? Have a clear call to action. You have to actually ask for the email address. Number 2, have an easy landing page to capture it. And number 3, make it worth their while. You have to give them a reason to raise their hand. Could be a free track, exclusive content, early access, something of value in exchange for their email, which has value to you. Because once you have that, you've moved them from rented land to owned land. You can actually reach your fans directly without fighting an algorithm. Now, part 2, convert. In episode 2, we addressed the biggest problem that I see. Most artists never ask for the sale. They say things like, check out my new track, link in bio. That's not selling, that's suggesting. And suggestions don't drive revenue. So we simplified it down to 3 things. First, make a clear offer. Not check out my music, something specific, signed CD, $15. Second, make a direct ask. Tell people exactly what you need them to do. Order your copy here. And third, give them a reason to act now, because if there's no urgency, people wait, and when they wait, they forget. Only 100 copies pressed. Pre-order ends Friday. First 25 get a signed version. Do those 3 things I just mentioned, and you'll start making sales. And finally, part 3, maximize. In episode 3, I answer the question, once you're making a few sales, how do you make more from each fan? Because this is where most artists leave money on the table. First, you got to make your offer more compelling. Don't just sell a product, make it special. Signed versions, limited edition, bundles, bonus items. Second, increase your AOV, your average order value. Give your fans options, a basic, a bundle, and a premium. Some fans will always choose the higher tier if you offer it. And third, repeat your messages. This is huge and possibly the biggest mistake artists make. Most artists post once, send one email, and move on. But it's proven that people need multiple exposures to a marketing message before they buy. So, send at least 3 emails with your offer. Spread them a week or so apart. Post multiple times on socials. You have to remind people. Trust me, you're not being annoying. You're being effective. And finally, reinforce urgency like I talked about before. Use deadlines, limited quantities, expiring bonuses. That's what gets people to act. Here's the big takeaway. For you to drive consistent revenue from your music, you don't need millions of streams. You don't need thousands of followers. All you need is a modest group of real fans and a simple system to capture them, convert them, and maximize their value. Do that consistently, and you can build a real sustainable music career. If you found this helpful, go back and watch each of the 3 episodes. And then start putting your plan into place. You can do this.